FM, W297CL, Levittown.
This is the High School Coaches Roundtable Show, broadcasting from Sandy's Beef and Ale, where friends and family go for great food and all the big games since 1967. Each week, we broadcast from 2028 Old Lincoln with the stars from the Bucks County football teams. We now go live to Sandy's Beef and Ale for the High School Coaches Roundtable Show. Here now is your host, WBCB's Chris Ermer.
Good evening and welcome to Sandy's Beef and Ale, the home of the world-famous Sandy Witch, as we get ready for another edition of the High School Coaches Roundtable Show here on WBCB. And we got the stars of the football programs with us. We'll start with the Morrisville Bulldogs tonight. We're going to talk with the Bulldogs, Council Rock South coming up, Council Rock now North in the house as well. We got the Bristol Warriors here, Neshaminy, Pennsbury, and we hope to see the Egan Eagles, who are not here quite yet. Man, we missed everybody last week because of the Phillies. We opted not to do the roundtable show, and Sandy's is one of the great places to watch Phillies baseball. They got it on Thursday at 5. What else? Friday at 8 as they continue with the National League Championship Series. And man, feeling good about the Philadelphia Phillies and feeling good about the Morrisville Bulldogs this season, 4-4. And we're joined by Coach Skip Mason. Welcome, Coach. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Coach, I know you work with the Morrisville Bulldog basketball team. What role do you play on the football coaching staff?
I'm the co-offensive coordinator.
So tell us a little bit about where this season is for you guys right now. You mentioned before we got started here that you guys have already qualified for a playoff game.
Yes, we've qualified for a home District 1 championship game against Jenkintown, who we play again Friday.
A tough loss against Bristol. You turn the page and you get ready for this week's game against Jenkintown. What do you know about this team you're going to be coming up against? This is, I think, the second time you've seen them.
This is our second time we've seen them. They're a little bit different team this week. They added a player who was hurt when the first time we saw him. Really good player, probably their best player, and he's back healthy. And we saw him play last week. We're excited for the matchup, and we're ready to go.
Well, an exciting year so far for the Bulldogs. Coach, tell us who you brought with you tonight for the roundtable show.
We brought two of my favorites, both sophomores, both young kids are working really hard.
The youngsters.
We have Zayden over here. He's our defensive back. He has 2 interceptions so far and 11 tackles as a sophomore. We're really happy to have him. And the other gentleman we brought is Javier. Javier, I have a little special relationship with. He's a son I never wanted. He's he plays basketball for us. And I have to tell you something about Javi. He's actually going to be starting at tackle for us this weekend. And we came in, and we were watching basketball workouts, and I see this little kid running around. And I'm like, okay, he's a 7th grader. We'll be okay. And then we come to tryouts. I go, Bud, this is for the high school. He goes, yeah, I'm a freshman. I said, oh, I'm so sorry. And he came in. He worked so hard. He ended up starting for us 2 or 3 games towards the end of the season and had a great freshman year with it. I'm so excited for him with basketball this year. And for football, first year he's ever played, we got him to come out, and we threw him at fullback. He has, 3 carries, 5 carries, and for 15 yards. And his longest was a 5-yard carry, so we're real excited. And now he's starting a tackle for us. Yeah. He played linebacker for us. He played defensive line for us. We go, Javi, have you ever tried this before? He goes, no. Okay, you're there now. And he does a great job.
Man, it's great to have that
yes.
want to.
Yep, and he's a sophomore, so I can't wait. So he promised me he's going to grow 6 inches and put about 60 pounds on by next year.
Hopefully.
Well, Javi, welcome to the show. Thank you for being with us, and we'll talk to Zayden in just a little bit. So what do you think about the role you're going to step into as a tackle in this game?
Really just feel like anywhere they put me in, I just got to put work in and just, give that little push they need for the team to just capitalize and just win for real.
Coach Mason indicated on my little cheat sheet here that both you guys are pretty good students as well. What are some subjects that you enjoy?
Really like math, That's my favorite, for real. It's really math. That's it.
Well, that's great. Keep that up. What do you guys have to do to continue to play better football, be ready for this Jenkintown team? What are you hearing from the coaches about this week's game?
Really, we just got to keep doing what we're doing. Probably put a little extra work in, and just keep on progressing as far as we go.
Now, has it been a challenge to move to all those different positions that Coach Mason was describing, running back and now on the offensive line?
I mean, yeah, it was a challenge, but like as practice made me get used to it more often, more practicing.
Have there been any specific plays or moments that you would characterize as a highlight for you in this football season? And if so, kind of walk us through what was going on the field at that moment. Maybe even some team success that you guys have had this year.
Probably my favorite moment was probably our first ever time, my first ever time on the field. It was our scrimmage against Kip Du Bois. Got a little pick six. That was really like my favorite moment of the season.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, I mean, were you dropping back into coverage there? Were you, you say you play a lot. Were you a linebacker? What was your position there?
At the time, I was a linebacker.
Well, good luck this week against Jenkintown. Glad you could be out here with us at Sandy's Beef and Ale. Did you guys order sandwiches yet? Sometimes I check in and see what kind of sandwiches everybody got.
I didn't really order a sandwich. I really ordered honey barbecue wings. Yeah, I ordered that.
That'll work. Good wings here at Sandy's, that's for sure. I always get the roast beef. Yeah. Also want to know from everybody.
That's what he was talking. He told me to get it, but I was like, nah, I'm not going to get it.
You been watching the Phillies?
Yeah, a little bit.
Are you a Phillies guy?
Yeah.
All right. Well, there's a good spot to catch the Phillies. We're rooting them on and also rooting the Bulldogs on this season. Javi, thanks for being with us. Pass that microphone over to your teammate, Zayden Gomez, another sophomore with us. Zayden, also an outstanding student. Same question for you, Zayden. What are some of the subjects that you feel you really excel at and enjoy?
I like math.
Same.
Yeah.
Same as Javi.
Yeah, I'm good at it. So yeah.
Tell me a little bit about some of your highlights, moments that you're going to be reliving. I don't know, maybe 5-10 years down the road about this season as a Morrisville Bulldog.
My first pick against New Hope. Yeah, it was special.
Can you describe that play?
Yeah, the receiver ran a fade on me, and I was on it. And after I got the pick, all my teammates ran to me. Yeah, it was like, I won't forget it.
I love it in the NFL where defense makes a big play and then the whole team runs down and takes pictures in the end zone and stuff like that. It sounds like it was kind of that type of moment.
Yeah.
That's awesome. What are you hearing about this week's game against Jenkintown? What do you guys need to continue to do well to continue to have some success?
We just got to watch the ball, not go off sides. Yes. For me, as a corner, just watch the hips, not get, burned. So.
All right, a Phillies guy?
No, I'm a Mets fan.
Oh, my gosh.
Can we just stop him now?
No.
Are you all New York?
Yeah, everything.
All New York, everything?
Yeah.
All right, so this season, what were your expectations going in, and how has this year, being a Morrisville Bulldog, kind of exceeded what you thought was going to be happening?
I thought that we were going to have a good year for sure, but I didn't think it was going to be like this. The energy with the team is up there. I didn't think, we could do it, but, the team has heart, and I feel like next year is going to be even better.
Well, I love to feel your energy, and this is just the first year under head coach Mitch Cohen with this Morrisville team. Congratulations on the 4-4 start. Good luck going forward this week against Jenkintown. You wrap up the season against RA, and then the Thanksgiving Day game against the Bristol Warriors. So a lot of football still to come, and of course the playoff game.
We have the playoffs, and we'll see what happens. We turned the page on Bristol last week, moving on, and then we'll worry about Bristol if the time comes.
All right, well, thanks to the Morrisville Bulldogs for being with us tonight for the High School Coaches Roundtable Show. We'll let you guys go and bring up the Council Rock South Golden Hawks.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. Thanks to the Bulldogs. And having a good season already. Mentioned that the Phillies playing on Thursday at 5 and Friday at 8. And Sandy's Beef and Ale, a great spot to catch all of the action. Also, they got Penn State and Ohio State. That is noon on Saturday. And this is not only one of the best places for Phillies baseball, but I think the best local spot around for Penn State football, bar none. And noon Saturday, big game, Nittany Lions taking on Ohio State. They got it here at Sandy's. And, of course, the Eagles on Sunday as they take on the Miami Dolphins. All right, we got Council Rock South with us. Coach Rook, welcome.
How are you?
Doing pretty good tonight. And you guys now 5-3.
Yep, 5-3.
Tell me a little bit about how this season has unfolded for you guys. It's been a good one. You guys are right now in a spot to advance on to postseason play, but still some work in front of you to take care of.
Oh, definitely. We're doing our best with we got out to a quick start, and the past 2 weeks we've had a little bit of a losing skid, but
man, some tough games for you guys. 7-0 last week against Souderton, and 17-10, I believe, was the final score against Upper Dublin. I mean, both those games, right, were kind of within reach.
Yeah, we felt that. Listen, we didn't play our best game against Upper Dublin, and then we shot ourselves in the foot against Souderton. We felt we moved the ball up and down the field. We just couldn't punch it in the end zone. We had a couple injuries on both sides of the ball that hurt us a little bit. So we're getting healthier now, and we're solely focused on Ben Salem this week to get our kids the W and everything that way.
All right, what are you expecting from the Owls? They had a big homecoming win, and seems like with Ben Salem towards the end of the season, they do play better football. They come together, and not a team to be overlooked, that's for sure.
Definitely, we don't ever look over any team for that reason, because Ben Salem they got some big guys up front, and they have some special talent on the outside. They can break a play in at any point. So we have to stick to our game plan. We have to try and hold on to the ball. It's supposed to possibly chance of rain, play it on grass. It's different for us. We're usually playing on turf. So back to basics, block and tackle.
Avoid those self-inflicted wounds.
Definitely.
And move on here. Coach, tell us who you brought with you tonight for the roundtable.
So the first person to my right is Luke O'Hanlon. He plays defensive tackle for us, and he plays also some offensive tackle for us as well. And then to his right is Ryan Smalls, who's one of our fullbacks and linebackers.
All right, so Luke, what are you hearing from your coaches this week? What do you guys need to do to rebound, get back into the win column against Ben Salem?
Yeah, really, we just need to focus on what we're doing. Get a lot of reps. We're doing a lot of reps in practice for this week coming up. And we just need to put what happened last week behind us and just move on.
So over these last couple of weeks, have there been issues in the trenches for you guys that you're cleaning up right now? I asked you because you're offensive line, defensive line guy.
In the trenches, I feel like we've been doing good. Like, we've been clogging up, doing our job, what we've been doing, so our linebackers can go through and make plays. But I don't think we really had a problem, like, up the middle with, like, the run game. Like, we've been stopping the run game pretty good, I feel like.
Luke says that you're into lifting. You enjoy being in the weight room.
Yeah.
I mean, some guys try to
all
avoid that.
Nah, that's all I do. Like, once I'm done football practice, I go right to the gym.
So, I mean, how has that work been paying off for you this season? Do you feel stronger?
Yeah, I feel way stronger than what I did last year. I feel like I'm way more stable out there. Like, when I'm going up against guys, I feel like I'm way stronger.
So, take me through like some of your highlight plays. Being on the defensive line, have you been able to get into the backfield, some tackles for loss?
I have been able to get through the backfield and make some good plays. I mean, nothing like too crazy yet with like any tackles for loss. I've had like 2 sacks, I'm pretty sure, this year, but
I mean, a lot of times there's 2 guys that you're contending with, right? I mean,
yeah, most of the time getting double team, triple team, like every play. I'm just working on holding my ground so I can clog up a hole so our linebackers can go through and just make plays. I
mean, just being able to have 2 guys, take care of that gives an advantage for your offense.
Yeah, it does. Taking on multiple guys at once, it's tough, but I like it.
All right, you've been watching the Phillies. Everybody's getting hyped. Red October, redemption, all that stuff.
I can't wait. We're going to win the World Series, I think.
I'm feeling that.
Yeah.
I'm feeling that
We're
big
hot
time.
right now. 10-0 the other day, they just won. I mean, come on. Can't get much better than that.
Nah, that was perfect.
Yeah.
How about your sandwich tonight?
I just went with the famous roast beef.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Well, Luke, thank you for being with us tonight.
Thank
Good
you.
luck this week against Ben Salem. Pass that microphone over to your teammate if you would. And Ryan Small with us tonight for the High School Coaches Roundtable show. Ryan, tell me a little bit about your highlights. What are some things that you're going to remember about this season, either team success or plays where you really were able to stand out?
Yeah, I mean, we've just been playing really well as a team and doing our job. Last 2 weeks were pretty rough, but we're ready to go now and bounce back.
Here on the Coaches Roundtable show, sometimes we talk with student athletes who are involved in the Challenger program. They work with the Bucks County Mustangs on Sundays. It says you do some coaching for a youth football team?
Yeah, I also help out at the Challenger League on Sundays.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I help out with the 10U Northampton team.
I mean, what's that like? Trying to get those guys to run a play. I mean,
it's fun though. They're in the playoffs right now, so hoping to win, and it's fun. Yeah, me and a couple other guys on the team do it. So.
All right, Ryan, what do you guys need to do as a team to get past Ben Salem? What are you working on? Anything specific that you're working on in practice this week to be ready for the Owls?
I mean, we just have to forget about last week and really lock in and focus on this week and not look forward.
I was mentioning to Coach Rook that you guys are right now in a spot where you'd advance into the postseason. Is there any talk about that in the locker room, or is it sticking to a one-game-at-a-time mentality?
I mean, obviously there's talk about it, but in order to do that, you have to beat Ben Salem, so that's just our focus right now.
Well, guys, good luck against the Owls. Thanks to Council Rock South for being with us tonight for the High School Coaches Roundtable show. We'll send it back to WBCB, and coming up, Council Rock North will join us in just a moment on the High School Coaches Roundtable show from Sandy's Beef and Ale.
Sandy's Beef and Ale has been serving famous hand-carved roast beef sandwiches since 1967. Sandy's Beef and Ale is located in the Woodburn Square Shopping Center next to the Oxford Valley Mall. Stop in anytime for not only the roast beef sandwiches, but also the patty, the tailgater, and the Cuban. Family and friends have been coming to Sandy's Beef and Ale since 1967. 2028 Old Lincoln Highway, the home of the hand-carved sandwich.
BCWSA customers, former Phillies pitcher Tommy Green here. I played on the 1993 National League champs, so I know a thing or two about what it's like playing on a winning team. BCWSA has all the ingredients. They make it easy for their customers to get automatic updates by text, email, or phone anytime there is a disruption in your service area. You can even customize your alerts by going to bcwsa.net. That's bcwsa.net. BCWSA, your partner for a safer environment. BCWSA, proven.
Care begins with a safe place, and since 1954, Lower Bucks Hospital has been known for its outstanding medical staff, skilled and compassionate nurses, and latest technology. Lower Bucks Hospital is renowned for its cardiology expertise, surgery, behavioral health, groundbreaking heart care. And for athletes, Lower Bucks Hospital is your go-to hospital for sports medicine and orthopedics. For emergency care, Lower Bucks Hospital is an acute care hospital, and you can schedule your own arrival time with Get Care Now, which minimizes your wait time in the emergency room. Visit their website at lowerbuckshosp.com/getcarenow. That's lowerbuckshosp.com/getcarenow. Lower Bucks Hospital, 501 Bath Road, Bristol.
Your day-to-day life is hectic between having to pick up the kids, make dinner, the countless other tasks that you got to get done. Rob's Automotive and Collision is there to make your life a whole lot easier. Make sure you take advantage of their spacious waiting rooms, the large flat-screen TVs, complimentary coffee and muffins, and free Wi-Fi. So even when you do have to stop, Rob's is there to make you feel right at home. Give Rob's a call today at 215-826-9200 for any of your auto repair needs.
We now return to Sandy's Beef and Ale in Langhorne for the Bucks County Coaches Roundtable Show. Once again, here's your host, WBCB's Chris Ermer.
All right, thank you very much. Back here at Sandy's Beef and Ale High School Coaches Roundtable Show, joined now by the Council Rock North Indians and Coach Wright. Welcome, Coach Wright. Thanks for being with us again.
Of course.
Are you guys getting ready for Hatboro Horsham? What do you know about that team, and what are you guys working on to get back in the win column?
They're a very well-coached team. They're very physical. You can tell from the film. They are hungry for a win. I think that they are not sure if they're short up for playoffs or they're still hunting for the playoffs, but it's going to be a very tough game. They are competitive, and it's going to be coming off a loss last week for us. It's going to be a big comeback game, and to see how the kids come out and play and how much they want to win.
All right, can you tell us who you brought with you tonight for the Roundtable Show?
Of course. To my right is Paul Esposito, and to his right is Will Scabona. They're both seniors. And Paul plays a little bit of linebacker and a little bit of tight end for us. And Will plays wide receiver and free safety. Yeah.
Well, guys, welcome to the show. Thanks for being with us. We'll talk to Paul first. So, what are you guys working on this week? Anything that you guys are really trying to clean up to get ready for this Hatboro-Horsham game?
So I would say definitely working on coming together more as a team. There's been a little bit of commotion because I got hurt recently, so I'm not playing this week. We're filling some spots, pulling up some young guys that are capable of doing it. They just got to believe in themselves, and as soon as they get confident on the field and really understand what they need to get done, I have confidence in our guys that they're going to get the job done.
Well, it's going to be a big loss for the team with you not being there. Paul leads the team in tackles for the Indians this season. Can you tell us about maybe one of the games that stands out for you where you were really able to perform at your standard?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I would say Bensalem was probably one of my best games. I had, I think personally, the most tackles for losses and maybe the most solo tackles that game. And then Upper Dublin, I played a great game, I think, personally. Had a real big play to start the second drive, tackle for a loss. And then Truman, I had some real nice tackles. Blitzing was my biggest thing. I think I'm a very strong blitzer. I blitzed one play, caused a fumble. I think it was just a couple of great physical plays by me.
Now, I think that Bensalem was able to get past Hatboro-Horsham, and you guys, close game with Ben. I mean, all that seems like it sets up for a really good contest this week, and feels like maybe you guys are going into it as kind of a must-win game.
Oh, definitely. The boys are confident, the boys are ready, and they just want to have fun and play some ball. I would say with Bensalem, I think they scored first quarter with us, and then we pitched a three-quarter shutout. And I would say defensively, I think we're going to step up and surprise a lot of people with the way we play.
All right, now what are you going to be doing on the sideline? You're going to be like the coach in there?
Oh, yeah. I'm helping the boys out during practice, still coming, still involved, still in it for the program.
Awesome.
You'll see me on the sideline, helmet off, coaching hat on, ready to help the boys out.
A different role this week?
Yeah.
All right, well, good luck against Hatboro-Horsham. Pass that mic over to your teammate. And Will Sabona with us, leads the team in touchdowns.
Nope.
Tell me the same kind of question. What were some of the standout games where you felt you were able to perform up to your level that you expect?
I would say probably Bensalem too. That was probably one of our first punch-for-punch games. I scored 2 touchdowns in that game, the first one and then the go-ahead. So I think that game, just because it was so close, and it was really one of our first games where we had a lot of emotions flying around.
You know, when you look at Bensalem and Hatboro-Horsham, do you see a lot of comparisons between those two teams and a similar game plan that you guys are going to try to adopt?
Yeah, I mean, I think they both run a similar offense, so that's going to transfer over for sure. Just looking at their film, they look pretty similar. They both looked pretty well coached, both sides of the ball. So we're just looking to compete and dominate both sides of the ball.
Get a W this week.
Yep.
All right, got to check in with the Indians. You guys been watching the Phillies? Will, are you a Phillies guy?
I like the Yankees.
Oh, man. Well,
yeah.
you never know.
I've been watching, though.
That's all right. That's all right.
Yeah.
I mean, Phillies right now looking pretty good. And I know here at Sandy's, they make a big deal out of it. Thursday at 5, we're all getting pumped up.
Right. Mm-hmm.
You guys can celebrate your 27 World Championships with the Yankees. You know, I went up to the Baseball Hall of Fame this summer. Have you ever been there?
I have, yes.
I mean, that is like the Yankees Hall of Fame. Like everywhere you turn is Yankee stuff everywhere. I guess pretty deserving with some of the success they've had. Well, good luck this week, Will, against Hatboro-Horsham. Guys, thanks for being with us tonight for the Roundtable show. Thanks to the Council Rock North Indians for hanging out tonight.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
Now we got the Bristol Warriors coming over, I believe. Good luck, guys. Thanks so much. Yeah, so Phillies on Thursday at 5 and on Friday at 8. And this place is going to be lit. Like, after the Phillies win, it's kind of like the locker room. People are pouring beers over each other here. No, it doesn't get quite like that, but people are feeling it. Oh, Jane says they run around with the rally towels. All right. Well, hopefully we'll be able to celebrate another win on Thursday night. And this is a great place to enjoy Phillies baseball. And Penn State, Ohio State, that's noon on Saturday. Oh, man, Coach Collins, you forgot your homework sheet.
Yeah, I forgot a paper, but
that's
all right.
hopefully I'll be able to keep it together.
Yeah, we'll be
Welcome to the show. The Bristol Warriors now joining us, and you guys come off a big win over Morrisville.
Yeah, big win versus our rival. I'm proud of our guys, like always. You know, they fought hard, they played well, and like especially at the end there, when we get to rotate in some of our younger guys, some of our freshmen and sophomore. It's just great to see them get out in the field and really work and develop as people.
You know, one thing we've been talking about here on the Roundtable all season is the resurgence of Morrisville and how much better they've been playing this year. And did that raise the level of play for Bristol or raise the interest level? I don't know.
Not exactly. Like, we don't ever necessarily view a team as like better or worse. We give our 100% effort every week, every team, no matter who or what we're playing. Like, we just want to go into that with that mindset. Like, we're here to work, we're here to win, and we're here to play.
All right, so who you guys getting ready for, and what do you see in film study that is going to help you get another W?
We are getting ready for our second game versus Renaissance. So, you know, it's similar to our strategy that we had the first time around. You know, it's a familiar opponent. Like, we played them already. Of course, you got to switch a few things up. You can't just toss the same thing out at them and expect the same scenario because they're preparing to. And like last time, the game got a little out of hand, so we're expecting them to come at us hard and, you know, really want to get at us. But we're preparing our guys for that, and we're going hard at practice every day, you know. Just another week in the rotation getting at it.
Yeah, Renaissance Academy has had their struggles this season, their first year playing high school football for that school. So looks like a good week for Bristol, but you can't overlook anybody.
Never. Yeah, you can never overlook a team because that's how you end up like falling into those like they call trap games. You're gonna overlook a team or you look past a team, you're just gonna end up losing.
That's how the Eagles lose to the Jets.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, Coach, tell us who you brought with you tonight for the Roundtable.
I brought our senior lineman, offensive guard, and defensive tackle, Chance. It's been tough for him this year because he got hurt all year, the first game of the year. But we haven't necessarily really lost him. He's still an incredible presence in the locker room. He's an incredible mentor to these younger guys. And he's just great to be on the team. He still helps. He supports. He's at every game. When a kid needs help, he's there. And it's just great to still have him around.
Chance, welcome to the show. Thanks for being with us tonight. So I was just asking one of the Council Rock North Indians, who's not going to be on the field, what role he plays on the sideline. Same question to you. Do you become kind of an unofficial coach, are you taking more of like a cheerleader role where you're just rooting the guys on?
Yeah, it's like a little bit of both. Like I just like being around the team and helping out the younger guys. We have a lot of younger freshmen linemen this year, so just trying to help them out with their blocks and everything.
I brought up that Eagles-Jets game. Aaron Rodgers going down, first game of the season. Sounds like he's trying to work his way back. Any chance for you to get back on the field this season?
I'm trying with districts and all. You know, I go to physical therapy 3 times a week, so really trying to grind back.
Well, that's great. You got to put the work in order to get those results. What do you think about this week's game against RA? Game plan wise, what are you hearing from coaches?
You know, I think game plans basically the same thing. You know, trying to just go out there, get the win. I don't know, like it was a pretty good game last time, so I guess like doing the same thing, trying to beat them on the run, the pass, everything.
Well, as you guys get ready to go through this season, what's the playoff picture looking like for you? That's for either Chance or for Coach Collins.
As it looks right now, we're looking to play New Hope in the first round of the playoffs, and then from that point on, I guess we'll see, you know, who else wins and who will play from there. But as it seems right now, if I'm not mistaken, it seems like it's going to be New Hope. Right? Does that sound right? Yeah? Okay, thank you.
Well, guys, good luck. Not just this week against RA, but throughout the rest of this season. Thanks for being with us tonight. You been watching the Phillies, Chance?
Yeah, a little bit. You know, been at practice and physical therapy, so catch a little bit of the games.
You're too busy putting in the work.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, hopefully you can enjoy. At least you're not a Mets fan. All right, that's something that's a positive. Coach Collins, Chance, thanks for being with us.
Thank you for having us.
The Bristol Warriors here for the High School Coaches Roundtable Show. We're going to step aside again and return here to Sandy's Beef and Ale in just a moment. And let's see, who do we got coming up next? Oh, Neshaminy. We'll talk to the Redskins in just a moment.
This is Tommy Green from the 1993 National League champion Phillies. And here's the pitch. BCWSA water and sewer customers, you have a new and improved option to pay your bill that's convenient, reliable, and secure. Powered by Invoice Cloud, you can pay your bill 24/7 online, pay by text or phone, or sign up for AutoPay to avoid fees for late or missed payments. Visit bcwsa.net to sign up or for more info. That's bcwsa.net. BCWSA, proven.
Care begins with a safe place, and since 1954, Lower Bucks Hospital has been known for its outstanding medical staff, skilled and compassionate nurses, and latest technology. Lower Bucks Hospital is renowned for its cardiology expertise, surgery, behavioral health, groundbreaking heart care. And for athletes, Lower Bucks Hospital is your go-to hospital for sports medicine and orthopedics. For emergency care, Lower Bucks Hospital is an acute care hospital, and you can schedule your own arrival time with Get Care Now, which minimizes your wait time in the emergency room. Visit their website at lowerbuckshosp.com/getcarenow. That's lowerbuckshosp.com/getcarenow. Lower Bucks Hospital, 501 Bath Road, Bristol.
Your day-to-day life is hectic between having to pick up the kids, make dinner, the countless other tasks that you got to get done. Rob's Automotive and Collision is there to make your life a whole lot easier. Make sure you take advantage of their spacious waiting rooms, the large flat-screen TVs, complimentary coffee and muffins, and free Wi-Fi. So even when you do have to stop, Rob's is there to make you feel right at home. Give Rob's a call today at 215-826-9200 for any of your auto repair needs.
We now return to Sandy's Beef and Ale in Langhorne for the Bucks County Coaches Roundtable Show. Once again, here's your host, WBCB's Chris Ermer.
All right, thank you very much. Back here at Sandy's Beef and Ale, the home of the world-famous Sandy Witch, also the home for Phillies baseball. Thursday at 5, Friday at 8. Catch the first pitch. Enjoy all of the action at Sandy's. Right now we're joined by the Neshaminy Redskins on the Roundtable Show, and head coach Steve Wilmot was talking during the break that you guys are in the midst of this Central Bucks gauntlet. Central Bucks West, Central Bucks South, and this week taking on Central Bucks East. And Central Bucks West and Central Bucks South certainly pack a punch.
Yeah, they both haven't lost a game yet. Central Bucks, going back 2 weeks ago to Central Bucks West, they have a lot of good football players. The Central Bucks School District as a whole has a lot of great linemen. All three schools, the lines are really strong. West and this past week with South, they blocked really well, and their quarterback could really run the ball well, and same with the running back.
All right, so how do you turn the page and get ready for Central Bucks East? What are you guys working on this week for the Patriots?
Defensively, Central Bucks East runs a lot of different formations. They like to get the ball to certain people, so we're trying to, for lack of better words, key on those people. But we're going to have to play sound up front because Central Bucks East has a lot of really good linemen. Also, they have some football players that can play well.
All right, Coach, tell us who you brought with you tonight for the Roundtable Show.
To my right here, I have Matt DeSantis. So last year, as a junior, Matt played linebacker for us. This year, he made the switch to the defensive line. He had a real good game against Central Bucks South. It seemed like he had a stretch, I think, where he had 3 straight tackles right in a row. Plays really hard for us, likes physical football play, and is definitely a leader on our team. The guy next to him is John Morris. So John is a third-year starter for us. Unfortunately, his sophomore and junior year ended up a little bit short in injury. But we're glad to have him this year. Against Central Bucks West 2 games ago, he had a real long 51-yard touchdown for us. And this past week, he had 3 receptions for us. And he got off to a little slow start this year due to injury, but he's really coming on strong right now.
Well, guys, welcome to the show. Thanks for being with us. Matt, how do you guys turn the page now and get ready for a CB East team after a couple of tough games?
Really, honestly, just film and practice, because like Coach said, they do have a lot of variety of formations and spreads, and like heavy and weak side, and they play hard. They're a physical team, and they got a big O line. So, we just have to work hard and adapt to it.
They've been in a lot of close games, and we'll see how this one works out. What's the transition been like to go from linebacker to defensive lineman? Was part of that just because you got a little bit bigger and stronger?
Yeah, that, and we also had a couple of returning guys that got injured. So, I mean, I just moved down. And, I mean, it's still physical because I was on the outside playing towards the strong side. So I was still collisioning every play. It's just, now I just have my hands in the dirt.
Now, I mean, with your hand in the dirt, is it a little bit of a simpler position, less things to key off of, or to?
Yeah, definitely. It's not a lot of like worrying about where the play is. It's about worrying about my gap and what to fill and stuff like that. Like it's not. I don't really have to watch too much film, but I still have to learn the formations.
Yeah, I was asking one of the teams, like, what are some of the games this season where they felt like they played up to their standard? Same question to you, Matt. As you look back on this year, what are some of your best games, and always looking to get back to that kind of performance?
Central Buck South was a good one for like the first quarter, and then it just kind of went downhill for everyone at that point. West wasn't bad.
Coach Wilmot told me a little bit about how last week's game started to snowball for you guys.
Yeah.
What was going on the field that started to turn the tide in that way?
Well, we did have three and outs, whatever, a fumble recovery. So our defense was rolling, and the offense was struggling. But I feel like once we just let up that first touchdown, everyone just was mentally drained, and like we just kind of bailed from there.
I mean, Coach was talking about one part of the game where you made like 3 straight stops.
Yeah, it was. We were moving. Yeah, we were moving.
Well, good luck this week against CB East, and pass that microphone down to your teammate if you would. Thanks to Matt DeSantis for being with us tonight for the High School Coaches Roundtable Show. Again, we talked to all the stars from the local high school football teams, and now John Morris with us. John, welcome to the show. Tell me a little bit about the 3 catches that you had, and kind of take us through those plays. What were you called on? What kind of routes were they?
Mostly just, I think it was 2 screen routes. Key one at West, I took that screen play for a touchdown, and then a chains route, which is just a deeper hitch, and then Colin throws it to my outside shoulder. It was a good third down play. It was a needed third down play, but we just didn't finish that drive.
Well, this week, turn the page on that game and get ready for CB East. What do you need to do in this game as a team to get back into the win column?
Finish drives. I mean, I feel like we go down the field, we move the ball well, and then we get to a key third down and we can't make a play. And something like that happens, we just need to make a play. Someone has to be a big-time playmaker.
All right, against CB West, you had a big-time play, a 51-yard touchdown. Take us through that play.
I really didn't think it was going to be a touchdown. I had 2 was right in front of me. Had me basically wrapped up. I just ducked under it, pushed him out the way, and ran down the sideline.
I mean, that's going to be like something you can enjoy for the rest of your life, that
Yes,
kind
it
of
will.
memory. But you guys still have some memories to make on this team.
Yep.
Tell me a little bit about how the work that you guys put in has been paying off. You guys have a lot of sacrifice, not just week in and week out, but in the off season as well.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't get to have very much of an off season coming off of a wrist injury. I had surgery on it, so I didn't really get to work out with very much of anyone. Like I came in week 2 and wasn't playing football for the whole summer, but from last year and all the years that I've been here, like this program, there's nothing that really beats it. The weightlifting, the running, we work hard every day.
And that work that you put in, was that hopefully to make sure you stay healthy this season? I mean,
yeah,
getting
for sure.
banged up like that, just got to get stronger.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
All right, so you've been watching the Phillies as well?
I have been watching the Phillies.
What do you think, World Series? Why not?
6 more.
Why not? Absolutely. And good luck this week against CB East, the Patriots, as the Neshaminy Redskins continue to fight. And join us here for the High School Coaches Roundtable Show. Thanks, guys. How about your sandwich? Do you get anything good? Like the Godfather?
Chicken
or the
fingers.
tailgater? Oh,
Chicken fingers.
A chicken finger man. All right. Matt and John, thank you guys for being with us.
Thank
Coach
you.
Wilmot, appreciate it. Good luck against the Patriots this week.
Thank you.
All right. And we're going to step aside. No, we're going to stay right here and talk to Pennsbury High School now. The Falcons losing a heartbreaker 24-21. And they were up 24-7 at halftime of that game. Great to be here at Sandy's, as always. Penn State, Ohio State, noon Saturday. Luke, this is for you. And we got Coach Luke Snyder joining us. Welcome, Coach.
Hey, how you doing?
Doing pretty good. So what changed in the first half compared to the second half in last week's game against North Penn? Falcons had a 21-7 advantage and couldn't really get anything going on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, we came out, we're fired up, we're ready to go. And we were talking about the whole game. We got to play a four-quarter game. Went to halftime. We said we got 2 more quarters left. And, some things just happen, and we need to stay focused, stay on top of it, do a better job.
All right, so you guys turn the page on that one, get ready for Abington.
Yep.
What do you know about the Ghosts, and what do you expect this week?
We just got to play our game. We're going up against a team that, they don't have anything to lose. They're going to give it their all. They're going to throw deep shots. They're going to probably try some trickery. We're trying to get in the playoffs. We got 2 more games. I think we're there. We're almost there. We just need to come together as a team and play football.
I mean, and almost there when it comes to qualifying for the playoffs. I was looking at the District 1 rankings. Falcons right now sit at 17, but games against Neshaminy, games against Abington, wins there probably put you back up into the 16-team bracket and get you into the postseason. Is that something that you're thinking about or that's being talked about amongst the team?
Yeah. I mean, we got 2 more games. We got to go 1-0 each week. And I think we're close to hitting our stride at the right time.
Great to be back in Fairless Hills for Pennsbury football, but you guys haven't had the home field success you've been looking for. You guys have a final home game against Neshaminy. Again, we don't want to look past this week's game against Abington, but it's hard not to look at that game and try to get that W that week.
I think it has something
be
to
thirsty
do.
for it.
Yeah, I think it has something to do with that new turf, that new field. It's a little curse. But we got to break that. Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, a win against Neshaminy would be a great way to break that little mini curse. Big rivalry game to wrap up the regular season for the Pennsbury Falcons. Still hoping to get into postseason play, and they'll take on Abington this week. Coach, tell us who you brought with you for the roundtable.
I brought Walker Murray. He's our middle linebacker. He actually played D-line last year, did a great job, and we knew he was going to play linebacker this year. So he paid his dues last year. Now he's playing middle linebacker, and then recently we moved him over on offense to be a blocking wing. And he's an athletic dude. He's a big dude. How much you weigh, Walker?
I'm like 215.
215. He's a junior. He caught a nice ball for, what was it, like a 15-yard game, 20-yard game?
25.
25. Yeah.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Short there. He's doing a really good job.
Hey, we were just talking to a player, Walker, who went from linebacker to defensive line, and you went the other way, from D-line to linebacker.
Yep.
What was part of that thinking? Did you work on your quickness and kind of your mobility in the offseason?
Yeah, well, so I've always been kind of a linebacker my whole life. I've always been built like a linebacker. I've always kind of played like a linebacker. So moving to D-line, I didn't really change my game too much. I stayed the same build, and I kind of played D-line as a linebacker. I was quick on D-line, and I was fast, and I got to the hole. So it wasn't too much of an adjustment. And because I've always moved like a linebacker. So going back to linebacker this year was a good change, and I feel where I'm at.
What are some ways that Coach Snyder utilizes you in this defense as far as taking advantage of your talents and your skills?
Yeah, well, so me and Ben Primish, the other linebacker, we definitely get in a lot of action. We blitz a lot, a lot of pressure on them. And we can read and like diagnose the plays really good. And so, I mean, we're all over the place, really.
I mean, it's like Primmich and Walker on just about every stop, and credit has to go to like the guys up front to give you
100%.
those gaps and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, the D-line's been doing a great job. We got Sean Seacrest, Liam Davis, Chris Karamis, and Andrew Dale. They've all been doing a great job opening up the holes. We just made a recent switch from Liam Davis going from DN to defensive tackle and moving Sean Seacrest from defensive tackle to DN. And I think that was a really beneficial change. Liam Davis had a great game last game. He had a really good game. So that's only benefiting us even more, helping me and Ben get in the holes.
All right, so you now playing some offense for this team. What has that been like? And I think the other guy who has moved over to the offensive side of the ball was Chris Karamis, too. Or is he also kind of doing the same role that you're doing?
So Chris Karamis has been moved to offensive tackle, right? Yeah. Yep. Yeah, and so now I'm being moved to wing back. We're we'll be playing both.
Don't tell him everything.
Well, you told him I was be block and wing. Yeah, that's what you told him. That you already said that. So yeah, I'm moving to wing, and yeah, we're playing similar roles, just trying to help out the team. But we're primarily on defense. But we're trying to just help out the team on offense, do as much as we can.
All right, so Abington this week. What are you hearing from your coaches? Anything different you're working on in practice?
We got to work on the pass. Last game.
The pass.
The pass protection. Pass protection.
Gotcha.
Last game, that kind of hurt us. So we know Abington likes to throw, so we're there for the. We've been working on that, and other than that, we've just been playing our game, and we're still working.
And I just raised my eyebrow a little bit because the Falcons have had this ground and pound approach and everything, but as the season progresses, it's great to see when Nate is able to drop back, Nate Begley, the quarterback, and deliver the football, because I think he's done a great job when he's been called on to throw.
Yeah, I mean, he's stepped up. We're definitely primarily a offense, sorry. But
ground and pound.
We're ground and pound, but when he needs to throw, he'll throw, and he does a good job at it.
All right, so you've been watching the football, or the Phillies?
Yeah, yep.
All right, and any Sandy Witch that you chose here, Walker?
I went to the Cuban.
Oh, that's great. All right, one of the specialty sandwiches.
Yeah,
you get a gold star for that.
Right.
Walker Murray, our guest on the High School Coaches Roundtable show. Pennsbury taking on Abington. We're making the road trip on WBCB. We'll have the game for you Friday night. Looking forward to that. Guys, thanks for being with us. And
appreciate it.
Falcons looking to keep it rolling, get into the playoffs. Need to get a couple of wins, a big one this week. Abington and the Falcons. All right, and we're going to step aside. We'll return in just a little bit. Egan going to join us for the High School Coaches Roundtable show in just a moment.
Sandy's Beef and Ale has been serving famous hand-carved roast beef sandwiches since 1967. Sandy's Beef and Ale is located in the Woodburn Square Shopping Center next to the Oxford Valley Mall. Stop in anytime for not only the roast beef sandwiches, but also the patty, the tailgater, and the Cuban. Family and friends have been coming to Sandy's Beef and Ale since 1967. 2028 Old Lincoln Highway, the home of the hand-carved sandwich.
BCWSA customers, former Phillies pitcher Tommy Green here. I played on the 1993 National League champs, so I know a thing or two about what it's like playing on a winning team. BCWSA has all the ingredients. They make it easy for their customers to get automatic updates by text, email, or phone anytime there is a disruption in your service area. You can even customize your alerts by going to bcwsa.net. That's bcwsa.net. BCWSA, your partner for a safer environment. BCWSA, proven.
Care begins with a safe place, and since 1954, Lower Bucks Hospital has been known for its outstanding medical staff, skilled and compassionate nurses, and latest technology. Lower Bucks Hospital is renowned for its cardiology expertise, surgery, behavioral health, groundbreaking heart care. And for athletes, Lower Bucks Hospital is your go-to hospital for sports medicine and orthopedics. For emergency care, Lower Bucks Hospital is an acute care hospital, and you can schedule your own arrival time with Get Care Now, which minimizes your wait time in the emergency room. Visit their website at lowerbuckshosp.com/getcarenow. That's lowerbuckshosp.com/getcarenow. Lower Bucks Hospital, 501 Bath Road, Bristol.
Your day-to-day life is hectic between having to pick up the kids, make dinner, the countless other tasks that you got to get done. Rob's Automotive and Collision is there to make your life a whole lot easier. Make sure you take advantage of their spacious waiting rooms, the large flat-screen TVs, complimentary coffee and muffins, and free Wi-Fi. So even when you do have to stop, Rob's is there to make you feel right at home. Give Rob's a call today at 215-826-9200 for any of your auto repair needs.
We now return to Sandy's Beef and Ale in Langhorne for the Bucks County Coaches Roundtable Show. Once again, here's your host, WBCB's Chris Ermer.
All right, thanks much. Back here at Sandy's High School Coaches Roundtable Show, and we're joined now by the Conwell-Egan Catholic Eagles. And again, missed the show last week because of Phillies baseball. And Egan, a couple of tough losses. That Cardinal O'Hara game had to sting a little bit. I mean, I just look at the final score, and you guys lose by the narrowest of margins in that one, Coach Techman. Back-to-back loss. You guys really have to kind of turn the page on these last two games.
Yeah. The O'Hara loss was, we got the extra point blocked, and then we drove the ball down with 2 minutes to go to the 10-yard line. And, we had some people get banged up during the game, and so you got to put people in who haven't been in there, and we just didn't block it. And they blocked, our kicker's really good, and they blocked the extra point. So that one hurt. And then this week was, it ended up 28-14, but it was 20-14 with 10 seconds to go in the game. They had the ball at the 10-yard line, and they have a 6'4" tight end, and they threw an alley-oop up in with no time basically on the clock and caught it. So we're in a situation now that we were in last year, only we beat Newman-Gretty by 2 touchdowns, and then went into the playoffs, and they came back and knocked us out in the playoffs. And so we have to win one of the next 2 weeks, and we'll be in the playoffs and most likely get Newman-Gretty again. And now we're on the other end where we lost by 2. And so we've talked this week, and we're reviewing film, and we just got to keep playing, and all of our games are winnable, but we have to play well.
So you need a win in these next 2. How do you get a win against Monsignor Bonner as you guys get ready to tangle this week?
Well, we think that they're a really tough football team. Delaware County kids, and they play hard, and they're got some really good running backs, some defensive ends. Seems like everybody in our league anymore has a couple Division I prospects. I think Newman-Gretty had 5 Division I kids. Bonner's probably got 3 Division I kids, but we have some Division I kids too. So we just got to go out there and do what we do and put a couple wrinkles in and lay it on the line. And if we get this one, then it makes life easy on us the rest of the way. But if not, then we got to go out the next week and win.
A home game for you guys. What's that been like to be able to play on campus this season? And talk a little bit about all the work that's gone into, and this has been a long time coming.
Yeah, and the good thing is that we've played 2 games on campus, and we've let up 7 points in those 2 games, and we've won both. So
that's kind of opposite. We were telling Pennsbury they got a little bit of a mini bugaboo going on at Pennsbury. You guys have a good thing going.
Yeah, and if we win this week, we won't play here again this year, but we probably played our last game at Truman Friday night. Next year, everything's going to be at Conwell-Egan. We're still making some improvements, but it's really great. We got a great press box, gives us good view, good film for the kids. The turf's great. Our stands are, we probably need to add some more bleachers, but we got enough for our crowd. And then a lot of people bring their own chairs and sit in the end zones on the walkways and stuff. So it's been just nice not to have to get on a bus and go somewhere else.
You keep winning games, you're definitely going to have to add more bleachers. There's a lot of interest with Conwell-Egan Catholic football. Coach, tell us who you brought with you tonight for the Roundtable Show.
Okay, to my direct right is C.J. McGregor, and C.J. is linebacker, fullback, probably considered our special teams captain. He's leading tackler on special teams, just tough kid, plays baseball, he's in Spirit Night. Both these guys are super involved in our school. And then Jimmy Fiorentino is O-line, D-line for us. He also plays baseball. He's National Honor Society kid, looking at some great schools, and really involved in our school. Everything that goes on, Jimmy seems to be involved in, so it's great.
CJ, welcome to the show. Thanks for being with us. What are you hearing from your coaches that you guys need to do to get a win this week?
It's just a lot of stuff that we have to fix, our problems that we've had over the past few weeks. Like last week we had a get returned on us, but this week I'm sure it won't happen again because we know what the problem was. We looked at it and we're going to make sure that it's fixed. And I feel like personally looking at it on the offense, we can move the ball more and then we'll be good.
As one of the standouts in special teams for this Egan team, did you take that return personally when you guys look back on the film? Any missed assignments that stood out to you guys?
Yeah, when we watched it on the film, I saw the hole in the middle, and I felt like personally I should have been there and made the tackle.
I mean, does that mentality come naturally to you? The special teams guys who run down there and make those plays, I mean, that you got to really, I don't know, be a little bit crazy.
Yeah, I feel like special teams is just one of the things I like to do. It's one of my favorite parts of the game because you get to go down and you just get to go hit. So it's a fun part of the game for me. And to see something get returned on us like that, I don't want to see it again. So,
special teamer, also on the offensive and defensive side of the football. Offense or defense, either one of those appeal to you more?
I like playing offense at fullback because when I do get in, because I can just go hit the gap and I can just go hit someone.
So like same kind of mentality you take onto the offensive side of the football.
Yeah, see someone hit someone.
All right, you've been watching the Phillies?
Yeah.
Checking in with everybody tonight about Red October. Feeling good about the Phils?
Yeah, feeling great.
Why not? Why not? And what sandwich did you go with tonight?
I went with the...
These are the important questions that we need to get to.
I went with the chicken parm.
Chicken parm,
Yeah.
That's good. That's above the chicken finger.
Yeah.
It's not quite as good as the roast beef, but that's a good choice. Hopefully you're enjoying it. And have you been enjoying this football season? What have been some of the fun elements of being part of the Conwell-Egan Catholic Eagles?
Just being with the team and enjoying the wins and even being with each other for the losses. When we lose, we stick together and we band back them. We go back and talk about what we're going to do next week to go fix all the problems that we know happened. And just the team being together and being close, just having a good time.
All right, we'll pass that headset over to your teammate. And we'll talk to one of the offensive linemen and defensive linemen for the Eagles. Jimmy, which side of the football do you tend to enjoy more?
I mean, I like playing defensive line, but I feel like I make a bigger impact on the offensive line, throwing my body at people.
Right, open up some holes for those guys behind you. Coach said that you're a standout student. What are some of the are there certain subjects that you particularly enjoy? We had a couple of guys on here. They both were math guys.
I love history. History is my favorite subject. I'm actually taking AP Euro at school.
Great.
It's probably one of the hardest classes I've ever taken, but it's so much fun to learn more about the history around the world.
It's great to have those opportunities available for you as well at Conwell-Egan Catholic High School. What have you thought of being on campus, being able to play at Egan? I mean, is that something that was foreign to you? I mean, it's foreign to me because for years and years you guys played games at Truman, but you know, I know sometimes our guests don't have that same experience. What was it like for you?
You know, growing up, driving past Truman, my grandma lived by Truman, so I drive by Truman all the time, and I always dreamt of playing on Truman's field. But, you know, to play at Egan, to play with all our friends there in our own backyard, it's a big impact on, like, the students' life, the community, and allows us all to be one together.
I love that. Yeah, those elements are awesome, and hopefully, as Coach said, that's still going to be built out more and more. What do you guys need to do to get a win over Bonner Prendy?
I think we just got to play our own game, listen to the coaches, and just got to push them off the ball. The front line's got to be a big part of this game this week. I know one of their defensive ends is one of the D1 players that they have, and we just got to push them off the ball. We got to get through the holes and just score touchdowns.
Now, do you know if you're going to be matched up directly across from this guy? Are you on the other side, or?
I have no clue where.
Be ready for anything.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, good luck this week, and Conwell-Egan Catholic, we're going to get back into the win column and get into the playoffs with a victory over Bonner Prendy. Guys, thanks for being with us for the Roundtable Show. Really appreciate it. Thanks to all of our teams who have joined us tonight. Thanks to Gus Barber, our video engineer, doing a great job as always. Stephen Lawler back at our WBCB station. Yeah, we actually got to be on the radio tonight for the first time. And also on YouTube, you can catch it all. And that'll do it for us here from Sandy's Beef and Ale. As we say, go Phillies and go high school football.
Thanks, Chris. Appreciate it.
You've been listening to the Bucks County Coaches Roundtable Show live from